Hello everybody, and welcome to another review of another ship in Star Citizen. And as you can see, it's the Anvil Carrack, and its little sister ships and ground vehicle. The Pisces on the left, and on the right, that right there is the Ursa rover. Let's go ahead and dive into this ship. I'm going to try to do this with speed because it is a very big ship. There's a total of 4 decks on this ship, including a cartography room. You got a hangar on the bottom here for the ground vehicle, and you got a hangar up top for the Pisces or other vehicles that may fit. You got 4 turrets that are very effective, and I'm going to go over the base stats, and then I'm going to go over what I've done to modify my ship. Let's go ahead and start. Go ahead and go on up the ramp and let's get started, shall we? First and foremost, you can see here there is definitely a nice little ramp here for the hangar. You can fit in quite a few ground vehicles. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen some YouTube videos of just people shoving so many vehicles in here. It's a great fun to go ahead and give that a shot. Nothing wrong with that at all. And a little ramp here to prevent any vehicles from hitting the door or hindering any sort of exiting through that door, with the button for that ramp right here. So when you go ahead and you want to lower or raise it, you just go ahead and hit that button. It's pretty sweet. I like it. I personally keep that up anytime I have a ground vehicle. Right here is a service ladder. If you open that up and get on over here and climb on up, it takes you to the 3rd floor. The second, or 3rd deck, I apologize. The 2nd deck is currently closed off. That door is inoperable. I think someone threw up on it, or I don't know, something. As we can go ahead and continue here, there are 1, 2, 3 entrances to this vehicle. Now, only 1 ground entrance, and that's the door I just came through. That is one of the biggest complaints of the ship currently, is that, you only have the 1 ground entrance. Another entrance is going to be a docking collar, right when you immediately come through the garage. Has a dual-sided airlock. Pretty high off the ground, pretty nice, pretty nice. That'd be good when they add docking. Right over here you got yourself some suit areas. You can go ahead and place your suits. It's quite a nice little area. And let's go ahead and move back on over here. Oh, forgot some of these doors you actually managing to click. Over here you have the elevator. This elevator will take you to 3 out of the 4 decks on the ship. You got the button on the right. You can go ahead and call it. It only takes a few moments for the elevator to come on down. And you got more buttons there. You got the sub deck, which is the deck you're on, Habitation Deck, that's the deck above you, and the technical deck. Let's go ahead and continue down here, though. As you can see, here's some cargo pods. As of right now, you cannot open these doors, but sooner or later you will be able to. And they all have elevators just like over there. This has a great carrying capacity as well. We'll get into the stats of the ship here in a moment. Right now, you're just getting kind of a base tour. Let's see. You got yourself some more areas that you can have some suits, armors, whatever you need. And then on each side, you have 2 weapon lockers, which can carry a lot of weapons. That's always an amazing thing to have. So, as you can see, it can carry a lot of weapons. And this is a military ship, a military exploring ship. But as you can see, I really bet they had some side missions with this thing. It's probably like a U-boat or a U.S. sub back in the day, and they drop off operatives, Here's a turret. This one here leads to the bottom turret and go ahead and take you down. Now, base turret down here does not have the weapons I have on here. The weapons I have on here are 2 chain guns, or mini guns. Let's go ahead and turn this puppy on. Some people get frustrated with that idea of putting this type of gun on here, but I actually appreciate it and like it. Now, the reason why I like it is it just gives a lot more... I like to add a little bit of a fear factor to my defense on this ship. When you are an attacking ship and you see 2 turrets attacking with just pure ballistic power, that's a pretty frightening sight. So this turret here, and then the turret on the very top of the ship, which is not controlled by a seat here, it's actually a camera-controlled turret on the top. Those are both ballistic. Now, like I said, it's more of a fear factor thing, and ballistics are great at doing damage through shield. So that's why I prefer to have that. Once again, I'll go ahead and get into the stats of that here shortly. Let's go ahead and take the back elevator. This is the back elevator on the ship. This is the biggest elevator out of all of them. Let's go ahead and see here. Now here, this elevator can take you to all 4 decks. You got subdeck, the deck you're on, habitation deck, technical deck, and the cartography deck. Now the technical deck is where you're going to have your hangar for your aircraft, like your Pisces. But we're going to go ahead and go to the habitation deck first. Okay. As you can see, deck 2. Very loud. Let's go ahead and open this up. See, door is inoperable. Right over here is going to be a medical wing. Looks like a decontamination suite. You open the door. You get yourself 2 beds. You get a full ICU unit. Probably have some pretty good surgeries go on in here. You got yourself a doctor's office, which is like a in-home pharmacy, I'd say. And the storage room, where all the medications and everything is kind of held, and, you know, all your special plants for those days that you want to make yourself a brownie. Interesting flickering there. As we move on over here, we got yourself the primary elevator that you typically use when you come up through the garage, as you don't want to run all the way to the back of the ship. It just takes way too long. And on the right, if you go ahead and go in, let's go to the toilet first, shall we? As you can see here, you have a non-reflecting mirror. It's very useful. You know, anytime you need to shave, you kind of just have to play the guesswork, but that's fine. That's totally fine. And if you open the door here and here, you got 2 toilets with great hidden... wow, they kind of close on you, too. You better get in there quick. You got yourself some rolls of toilet paper. Some oh shit grips next to it. What? Okay, how rude. More toilet paper. Oh, how cute. You could burn some incense while you're in here. And yeah, get yourself some extra towels, some Torm, whatever that is. Got yourself a nice pool table with the balls of hell, I'd have to say. I don't know which one's the 8-ball, so I don't know how this game would be played exactly, but I'm sure it'll be upgraded. And then I'd probably want to put like a nice little stick holder here, and, you know, I totally just insulted so many people that play pool more than I do. I haven't played in so long. But go ahead and go through this door, and you got yourself the beds and the lounging area for the crew. Multiple beds. Hey, look at that, a football. Whoop, just open up that menu. Got some screens. You get yourself some emergency lighting. And if you go ahead and open this door here, you got some storage areas for, you know, uniforms, hats, all sorts of stuff. More stuff. And New York. Poster of New York down there. Looks like it's improving pretty good. Wait, what did that just say? We are all for sale. Well, okay. I guess we're all for sale. And through here, you get yourself the shower. You got 2 showers, so... Oh, and... or so, another non-reflecting mirror. At least not for people. It can reflect everything else. You get yourself some New World Desert Cool. 72 hours. Life support. Let's go ahead and open these up. Oh, yeah. You got full showers. Wow, I really hope you don't have to go to the bathroom any time before or after. I mean, if you go before, you can just go to the bathroom, but then you gotta get dressed or wrap a towel around you. I mean, it's a ship full of guys, probably. Maybe some girls, but you'll figure it out. No worries. You just gotta run from one side to the other. Got a lot more storage here, because obviously you have a lot of crew. This is a ship meant for 4 to 6 people. Not to say you can't run it separate, solo as a person and with an AI crew, but you still got the cargo. Got a nice couple rooms around here, just nice windows. You know, it's a pretty nice looking ship. I really like it. Now, this is the Carrack Expedition, by the way, so not the base Carrack with the black or gray skin. This is the one with the white skin. I preferred the white skin because it felt more scientist or scientific research expedition style on the exterior. Doesn't change the interior paint. This is interior on any ship. This one here gives me more of like a Star Wars vibe here in this room. That or a mix of Star Wars and Alien. So, got another window here on the left. You got yourself a nice kitchen, dining table. You got yourself some food areas. The coffee machine's missing. I don't know who took it, but we'll figure that out later. And you go in here, you got yourself an area for like cups, straws, all sorts of stuff. utensils. You cannot sit in any of the seats yet. Hopefully they'll add that functionality soon and add, the functionality to the kitchen, which right now there's really no use to it. Can't do much in there, but that's okay. We'll get there. And here is the commander's room. The guy that runs the whole boat. This is his little lounge, his little chair. He, calls people in here, reprimand them, do what they need to do, read a book, have a drink. And then if he goes in here, he has the worst bed on the ship. He has a creepy bear to the, right over there. Don't really like looking at it. It freaks me out. Another storage unit here. And another unit here. I'm not sure which one that was for. I don't know why one would be glass, one wouldn't be. Must be refrigerated or something. Another mirror of destiny. Got yourself some towelettes, some towels, some plants. Get yourself a toilet, a shower. They at least separated it with a wall. Yeah, you're not pooping where you're, cleaning. It's always good. Let's see, can I sit down on the toilet? I was about to say, if they had the functionality to sit on the toilet, but not your own, chair in the lounge, that's pretty bad. Alright, let's go ahead and continue on. Now, if we go through this door here, as you can see, as it's marked, it's called the bridge. This is where your primary control of the ship's going to be had. You have a lot of component areas here. Obviously, there's nothing installed. We're just flying without it, but that'll be put in sooner or later. More component areas on the right and on the left. You have a bunch of server areas that will be good for when they add computer blades and all that. You'll be able to add them here, modify everything you need to do. Right in the center here, you got yourself another one of the avionics computers. Once again, nothing active, nothing in here, but that's okay for now. On the left here, you got a co-pilot seat, probably running shields. On the right over here, you got another co-pilot seat, probably running power. And then you got the primary pilot seat. It's pretty straightforward. It's a really good view. It's very open. You can even walk out here and see. You got the Pisces, you got the rover. Very cool. And right here, you got another deck of the ship. That's going to be the third deck. We'll go ahead and take the elevator closest to us, which this is the third and final elevator that you can actually take to get to at least 3 decks of the ship. Right here. Let's go ahead and call it down. Alright, let's go to the upper bridge. Now this takes you to deck 3, which is also part of the upper bridge, thankfully. On the right here, this is where you're going to have control of the turret on the top of the ship. Very good little command station. On the left here, you just got another power or systems control. Right here is a good area to go ahead and look at the map. Whatever planet you're on, a radar. It's got a pretty good planning area, I'd say. Whenever you land on a planet, once this becomes an active unit, this would be a good area to kind of stand and figure out what you're going to do with your team if you have a group of ships or if it's just you, and maybe send out the Pisces, send them a different direction. This is where I'd figure you do most of your planning. Even though there is a cartography deck, and we'll go check that out here soon. Now, you can control the ship from this deck here, which I have, and this is how I actually landed it here. It's pretty interesting. You can't open your primary doors, like your cargo bay downstairs, or not cargo bay, but the garage or the hangar up top through this position, but that's okay. Otherwise, you can do everything else here. So, good little spot. Gives you even a little bit more visibility. Let's go ahead and make our way through this door. And you'll be able to see some escape pods. Can't get into them yet, thankfully. I don't even know if the pods are in there. I don't even think they're in there. That's too bad. Mine came without the pods. It's probably a DLC. It's probably going to be an additional $35 donation or funding, but we'll figure that out when it comes time. On the right here, you got yourself a little repair room where you can repair any sort of modules, components, anything that breaks on your ship while you're on a deep exploration out in the vast openness of space. Because who would want to be out in the vast openness of space and not be able to fix anything if it busts, right? Because then the ship just became very useless. You got some tools, wow, this drill looks like it was made today, not, a couple hundred years later. Tools never change, I guess, right? I'm fine by that. Let's go ahead and go on through. Over here, you got yourself the drone room. Yes, this ship has drones. Now, from what I understand, you have repair drones, You have maybe exploration type style drones and battle type drones. I'm not sure which this ship will carry per se. I bet you can outfit it with any one of the three. I bet that's dependent on the pilot or the captain of the ship. I really doubt they're going to restrict you on it. It's going to be probably based off the size of the drone. So, you know, hey, I want to carry 2 fighter drones and 2 repair drones. Then that's probably what you can be able to do. And you got 2 pilot seats for them too. One there and one over there. It's a pretty, industrial, musky type area, I feel like. You know, you're in here, you know you got a job. You're not in here to have fun. Even though you probably will have fun, you're going to be flying around drones. So, that's pretty cool. And if you go straight over here, you got yourself, straight ahead, the hangar. As you can see, the door right now is open. Let's go ahead and give that a nice close. I'd say the sounds in this ship are some of the most fantastic ship sounds in the game right now. And as you can see there, that's the top turret with the 2 miniguns on it that I also outfitted on there. The guns on the sides are still the base guns because I really like them. They're really fast-firing laser repeaters, so I actually enjoy that. Now, if we come through this door here, you got your turret on the left wing, and then on the opposite side, turret on the right wing. They have a great field of view, too. You really don't miss out on any sort of attacking angle, except for, of course, the opposite side of the ship. Too far above you, too far below you, and it's got a pretty good right to left ratio, though, I feel like. Let's go ahead, our angle of attack. So, like, you got, as you can see, the back of the ship is right here. But when a ship is flying around you, you got a heck of a field of view here. So I like putting this thing on staggered. Let's see here. Switch fire mode. I love it. I really do love it. It's got a very good angle of attack. And look at the front of the ship. I mean, might have just hurt the rover, but that's okay. You got yourself a ship out here, too. Wonder what he is. He's flying away, whatever he is. As you can see, it is a very great turret, great angle of attack, very good bottom rotation, side rotation. It's just a fantastic turret. And that's the same on both sides. Really, really enjoy it. I really love this ship. You know, it's hard for some people to like this ship because it really swayed off the original concept, but I just don't agree. I really think this ship was just fantastically made. It's just a great ship. And if you go through this door here, you got yourself a little control area, like a little bunker for your engine room. Just so if something terminal happens in there and everybody gets fried, at least you have someone here able to kind of control the mess. Hopefully you don't have a crew that gets completely fried in there. That would just be a bummer, but you just never know what's going to happen. You got another small elevator that takes you down to the lower engineering. Let's go down there first, and then we'll come right on back up through the ladder over there. Sometimes these buttons just don't press. Alright, so you come on down here. You got 2 doors. One to the right, one to the left. If you go ahead and open these doors, you have more component areas. Obviously, I don't think you can open any of this right now, but that's okay. Both sides, I believe, look the same. Let me double check, though. Yeah, okay. Fuel tank. You can go ahead and open up these ones, though, because that's pretty cool. Kind of get an idea of where some of these components are going to sit. I don't want to go there, though, because I feel like I don't know if there's any sort of glitches or anything, so I'm just going to open it up just to show you. It already took me long enough to get this all like set up, because it's not that easy right now to grab the Carrack and then the rover and the Pisces, because they don't have that feature in the game yet where you can just spawn it with it all already there. So it takes a little while to get it all together. Those look like the shield generators, if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty cool. go ahead and open this up. The star work. Nice. So a lot of the components are already here, which is cool. I really like that because it means they're getting there. They're getting to physicalized components, and that's a good step towards salvage. We all know how badly we all want salvage. So sooner or later, hopefully within the next year or two, I guess we'll see. Very cool. Then, of course, you got your primary engines on the side here. Very big, very big. I don't actually have the engines on right now, so I don't know if, the sounds are much different down here when you do. They probably are, I would assume. Okay, I think I'm receiving a signal or something. R2-D2? Anyways. Obviously, over here, you got another starboard turret, or the right side of the ship. Depending on which way you're facing, of course. And like before, here's the hangar. Pretty cool. Right there's the cartography deck. So it's really cool. As you can see, there's doors on each side. So it's like a little viewing area. So before you even open this hangar door, you can, make sure you have a team up there viewing. Make sure there's no hazards or attempts of breaking into your ship. Always good to double check that before you open up a big old door that just lets whoever in. Well, let's go ahead and take the back elevator here. Go up to the cartography deck. Now, as a sign of letting you know here, this is the only elevator that can go up to deck 4. A sign of letting you know. Don't know where I was going with that, but alright. Now, also, your door is not going to be on this side. You're going to have to turn around. And as you go through, what a beautiful looking map room. This is where you're going to be mapping out your journeys more than likely. So you are going to have multiple systems here. You're going to have Stanton, you're going to have Pyro, you're going to have all of them sitting here, and you're going to be mapping where you're going to go, how many jumps it's going to take, how much fuel it's going to take, everything you need to do. It's going to be probably in this room. And then also the things you find, you're going to map it, you're going to point it out, you're going to save the information and the data, and then sooner or later bring it back home and sell it to someone. This is where the money's going to happen, I feel like. Beautiful room. Very beautiful. Hopefully you'll be able to customize this in here, add a few posters, really spruce up the area to your own liking. Otherwise, I just like it. It's very straight to the point. This is a room that you walk into and you go, okay, where are we starting? Or where are we finishing? Now, if we turn around here, let's go ahead and go through these side doors. You got more escape pods, which this would be a pain in the rear to get to, unless you're already up here due to, looking at the hangar, or you're just monitoring the cartography deck. I guess that's good. You got 2 escape pods, so hopefully you don't have more than 2 people up here. Oh well. You got some more armor areas, probably for your EVA suits. You don't want to ever go outside into space without an EVA suit. Here you go. You got airlock. There's the elevator. Got a lot of good-looking windows, I feel like. You got yourself a little... Looks like something you'd press a button and you'd be able to talk to somebody outside. Pretty cool. And then we go ahead and go through this door. As you can see, usually the hangar would be closed, so you'd be able to walk out here, be able to check on stuff on your ship, make sure everything's looking good. It's a very, very beautiful ship. And this angle right here, this right here is gray, but the rest of it is pretty much white. I love the white. I just feel a lot more scientific and, exploration with the white. It really adds to that, in my opinion. I know not a lot of people agree, and they didn't want to spend a lot of the extra money to get the white version, but I couldn't pass it up. I just love it. It's very Star Trek-y, Star Wars-y to me, I feel. I might be completely wrong, but I just... it just feels great. She's a beautiful ship. She's huge. She's very big. You go down to the leg down there, which we will do here in just a moment, and you'll be able to see just how big she is. But here's a good one, too. This size of this gun. Yeesh. I wouldn't want to be hit by any of the guns on this ship. This thing has some major damage output. Now, telling you that, this is not an offensive ship. You can use it in that matter. You can definitely bring this into a fight in an offensive capacity, but it's not meant for it. Your best use of this ship is going to be a defensive support ship, or just leave it to its actual job of being an exploring ship. Because it does have turrets that can really whack them, really whack them. But don't purposely bring your ship into a fight just looking to be a primary combat vessel, because it's not meant for it. It's just not. It has great shields, has a great health pool, has great weapons, but it's not worth running a full crew on this ship. You have no missiles. A little bit of a Probably a bugged damage system there, but that's okay. You don't have any missiles. You don't have any pilot weapons. It's all just turret run weapons, which is, it's not a bad thing. You can definitely do some pain, do some damage. Your turn rate's not the greatest, so you're not going to be able to really fight against something small. You're not going to probably get destroyed by something small, but you're not going to want to fight it either. Just because you're just going to be struggling. Until, maybe, I don't know, maybe the new turret updates coming in 3.10 will be great. We'll see. That might make a ship like this very hard to fight against, even as a small fighter. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back out of the ship. We're going to take a look at the exterior, just a quick run by. We'll take a quick look at the Pisces and the Ursa Rover, which are two of the ships that you get with this. Remember that. So when you buy the Carrack, you get both of these ships. Now, my Pisces is white, of course, because it matches the ship that came with it. The white Pisces also has 2 extra guns on it on the wings. Doesn't really make a difference. It's a small ship. It's not going to do anything. It doesn't really have the shields, weapons, or anything to do much. So when you go ahead and enter here, you got 4 SCU, I believe it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you got 2 seats. Pilot seat. It's a great little ship. It's a good little drop ship. You load it up on the top of the ship, and you could easily explore a planet with this thing, or go and do a small raid. Anything would work. It's a great little ship. Over here, you got the Ursa Rover. Has a gun on top. Once again, another great little, rover to go pick a fight if you wanted to at a bunker. You got 4 seats here. You got the inside. You got some storage. You got some lockers. You probably got some weapon areas. You got everything you need to go ahead and get a fight going. Parked a little weird. Oh well. As you can see right there, that's the docking ring. So that'd be cool to expand out. Please don't make a drinking game out of how many times I say that'd be cool. It's not worth it. Sorry, camera's all fidgety. Let's go ahead and fix that. So as you can see here, I'm going to stand next to the landing gear here. You can just see just how big this ship is. Sometimes it's just not comprehensible how big this thing is. This thing is huge. Oh, I love the turrets. I know my hair is poking through my helmet. I don't know what that's about. I mean, wow. Hey, my armor kind of matches the white and red of the Carrack. Beautiful. It's just a great looking ship. I love it. It's a beautiful ship. I think it's worth the price. Obviously, it's a very expensive price, so it's not something I would expect anybody to buy, but at least with real money. But if you have, great. And if you're going to, I recommend it. It's a beautiful and a great ship. Definitely worth it in my opinion. But just so you can get a little bit better idea of what the ship is like stat-wise, let's go ahead and start discussing the base stats, shall we? And with that, it usually comes with the 2 times Rhino repeater lasers, or Rhino laser repeaters. That's going to be on your turret wings. They are about 660 DPS sustained each. So they overall DPS of the ship, burst DPS is 4,714 base. Sustained overall is 4,271. On the top and bottom turrets, they usually come with the laser autocannons, the M6As. 518 DPS per gun is pretty good. But once again, I got rid of those because I just didn't like how slow firing the cannons were. I'd rather the scare factor of having 2 GATs on top and bottom. And I'll discuss which ones those are in just a moment. Next up on the list here, you don't have any missiles. Your normal combat speed is 208 meters per second. And your maximum speed of this ship is 1,236 meters a second, which is actually really fast. It's really hard for pretty much any fighter to keep up with this ship, which is, it'll probably be nerfed sooner or later at one point, but as of right now, it's a great little bonus to this ship because it's a military explorer. It's not meant to be in combat, so it's meant to escape combat and explore. So I actually appreciate the speed of it, even though I've never had a situation where someone attacked me yet. In this ship, I don't usually break the law or anything, so I don't usually get any bounty hunts against me. The yaw rate limit is 24, the pitch rate limit is 28, and the roll rate limit is 125. So what that means is this ship is big. It's not going to move like a fighter. It's not going to move easy. It moves well enough for the size of it, though, and that's where it really shines. It's just a fast ship that's capable of moving when you need it to, just not in a combat situation. You got a total hit point pool of 63,500, Total shields of 188,861. And those shield generators are the Barbican shield generators. They output 94,431 shield capacity each. I apologize. Your cooling units on here are the Ice Flush cooling units at 16,800,000 max cooling a second. It's got a great system. I've never had an overheat issue with this, other than unless you're pounding the, afterburners constantly. But that's typical with any ship. And then you have the Agni Quantum Drive, which I will recommend right now. If you own a Carrack, you're going to buy a Carrack, you're going to do anything with the Carrack, scrap the Agni. Get it off of this ship. I understand if you love long quantum travel times and nothing to do while you're quantum traveling, please keep it on there. You will use barely any fuel on your ship. Which, speaking of, you have 44,000 quantum fuels, the biggest amount that I think it's the biggest amount currently in the game, or one of the biggest amounts, but that's because it's an exploration vehicle. You will barely use the fuel on your long jumps, but it is slow. Slow. So going from Port All-Star to Microtech would take you probably about 20 minutes, 25 minutes with the Agni. It is devastatingly slow. It is not worth it. The second I got the amount of money, which is 117,000 credits, I went ahead and swapped it out for the Pontes drive, the PONTES drive. It moves so much faster at 189 megameters a second. It uses a lot more fuel. You'll probably have to refuel after, 10, 15 jumps to Microtech. I'm probably being a little over the top there. It's probably a little bit less jumps than that. But it's definitely worth it because I'm jumping from Port All-Star to Microtech in 3.5 to 4 minutes. I mean, that's a much better jump to me. I can't handle the slowest quantum drive in the game. I just can't. And I recommend anybody that gets this ship change that out immediately. Now, the guns that I put on the top and the bottom of the ship are the Revenant Ballistic Gatling guns. I went ahead and put those on there because they do have a great DPS output. The normal guns that are on there, obviously, are the cannons, and some people might like those. I just personally don't. The Revenants come with 672 DPS a second. DPS a second. Damage per second a second. But you get what I'm saying. It comes with a really good damage output, better than the cannons, by far better, in my opinion. Especially since you have a lot better chance of hitting your target. So I put those on there. Like I said, it's more of a scare factor too. Nothing worse than having 4 Gatling guns shooting at you with 4 laser repeaters shooting at you. It's just all sorts of hectic stuff going on, and it's great against claim jumper missions. I actually take the ship on claim jumper missions, even though you're not really suggested to use this as an offensive ship. I'd say against NPCs, that's okay. Why not? Do it. I do. I mean, I get a team together and we go NPC hunting all the time. It's a great ship. I would have to say this ship right now, even though it's not the original concept design as close as it should have been, I love it. I would rate the exterior on this ship an 8.5 out of 10. Once you're able to raise the antennas on the front, that'd be great. Once you're able to close the shield on the front window, which sooner or later there's going to be a massive shield that covers that whole glass thing that you can deploy, because it's supposed to be an exploration ship that goes into very hostile and dangerous environments. So once you're able to do those things, I would probably raise it up to a 9.5 out of 10 on the exterior view. On the interior, I'm going to go with a 10 out of 10. It has everything you need, ranging from repair to medical to weapons to storage. Everything. From the viewpoint of weapons, for defensive capabilities, probably a 9 out of 10. For offensive capabilities, 6 out of 10. Obviously, you don't have any missiles, and it's not meant to be an offensive weapon. There are 0 pilot weapons. For the ability to carry cargo, I rated a 10 out of 10. Because it's got 456 SCU capacity, which is by far amazing just for the type of ship it is. I would outplay a Caterpillar day in and day out. And the only reason why I say that is because not only do I have great capacity with SCU, but I have a military ship here. I have the turrets. I know the Caterpillar has turrets, don't get me wrong, but I will outmatch a Caterpillar DPS one-on-one any day. So that's where it comes down to, is they're both great ships. One's a dedicated cargo hauler, so that's great for the Caterpillar. Lovely ship, awesome. I love the Caterpillar. If you are a straight cargo hauler, get that ship. But if you are loving the idea of exploration with some cargo movement, this is a fantastic ship. Especially since sooner or later you're probably going to be able to change out those modules too, so you don't always have to carry cargo. You know, that's pretty cool. Take another shot. With that, that's pretty much the entirety of this ship. You know, I can't get enough of it, nor would I want to. Actually, I'm going to go back right through here. Open up. Nor would I want to get over this ship. This ship is just beautiful. You know, it's... If right now you're asking me, is it worth the money to spend on that? It's right now base is $600. That's a lot of money. I don't know how much the Carrack Expedition is anymore, because I don't think they have that one on sale anymore. I think that was limited. But the Carrack base is $600. Do I think it's worth it? Yeah. If you really are dedicated to this game and you know you're going to be around for a long time, or until the death of this game, yes, I think it's worth it. If you are a player that isn't sure about the game, then no, of course not. Who would want to? Go get a $45 package and just, grind your way to a ship like this. Do whatever makes you feel most comfortable in the situation that you are in at home. If you feel like you got the money, you love the game, you love the project, you want to be around, jump into it if you want to. You're not going to regret it. You're going to love this ship. And heck, if you get it and you don't like it, just turn in your pledge and get something else. You're supporting the development of a great project. It has a lot of drawbacks. Even myself lately, I've complained about a few things. Like I'm really hoping they can pick up on a lot of the roadmap things that just seems like a little bit of complication to a roadmap item, and they scrap it or they push it back, and it's like, oh, that's really struggling. Especially when you put as much money as some of us have into a game like this, you really want to see progress. So it's good to see that they're starting to push along. Can't wait to see Pyro. Everything. But this ship will be great until the day this game dies, which I don't see that happening for a very long time. Not for a very long time. As much as people will sit here and go, this game's a scam, yada, yada, yada. Guess what? I can do so much in this game already compared to some games out there. You go to the early access on Steam, I bet you by far this game has more assets and more things you could do than 90% of the games on early access. And there's more coming. Every 3 months, there's so much more coming to this game. And more ships like this, please. Love it. Please let me know what you think of the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be making more. More ships, more everything. Once again, I love the ship. Overall rating out of this ship is going to be 8.8 out of 10, I would say. I don't know if that's statistically accurate compared to the numbers I gave it on everything, but close enough. It's pretty much a 9 out of 10 in my book. I'm never going to get rid of this ship. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what ship you want to see next. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do. Let me know what you think of the review. And yes, I know, I get it, guys. It's not the original concept. I understand that, but we need to get past that. It's never going to change. Maybe one day they'll release like an older variant that kind of looks closer to that, but I really doubt it. I doubt it. And that's fine. It is what it is. Let's just move on. Let's enjoy what we got in front of us. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.